Time to make your people pot. Gather some water and cover your area with plastic. First, you're going to wrap a piece of tissue or napkin around a small cup. You're going to roll small coils about the width of your pinky, wrapping them around the cup. Every time that clay touches other clay, you need to score and slip, which is where you're cutting little cuts into the clay and wetting it with your finger so the clay will accept the other clay. You're going to keep going until you have about the area of the size of a nickel on the top of the cup. Then it's time to smooth the coils using your finger and a plastic knife. Then it's time to make the head. You're going to start by making a small ball, and then sticking your thumb and turn it around, squeezing the clay between your fingers and your thumb. You're going to want to make it smaller near the bottom so it's kind of like a ball. Then to attach it, you're going to score and slip again, adding a little bit of water where the two pieces of clay are joining. Now my sculpture is of Carole Baskin from Tiger King, which was the big hit the last couple of months. And Carole Baskin has hair that's parted in the middle, so I am creating her hair by rolling very small coils of clay and attaching it to the head, and then I'm smoothing it back. It doesn't need to be a large piece of clay. You're just giving the illusion that the hair is out further than the face. And now I'm doing the other side. Just smoothing it back. Then I'm adding a little bit of length, and I'm going to do that all around the back of the sculpture. Notice that it doesn't need to go over the top of the head. I'm just covering kind of the bottom of the neck and then smoothing up. And I keep turning it around. Now, one thing you can do to kind of help so you're able to keep turning the clay around, and I didn't do it the first day, but it does help to have something underneath there, like if you have a little paper plate that you can turn it. I do still have the cup underneath supporting the sculpture. Now I'm making sure that it's even both sides. Now for Carole Baskin, she's wearing a flower crown around her head. So now I've already attached the kind of string around the head, and I'm adding little flowers and putting a few details in. Now you'll have different details on yours, but just know that many of them will be created by adding small pieces of clay. I'm using a little bit of water to smooth out what I had done on the hair a little bit. Next, it's time to start thinking about the clothing. She's wearing kind of a lower neck blouse, so I'm carving a line where the skin ends and the shirt begins. Now you'll see I'm taking away a little bit of clay on the skin because the shirt is out further than the skin. So I'm just giving the impression that the skin is lower than the shirt, just carving away a little bit. It's kind of rough right now, but I will continue to smooth that out. Using the toothpick is the best tool for that. I did end up using a small plastic knife as well, as you can see, for kind of the final part of this. Now it's time to add arms. I am going to be doing this with small coils of clay that are the same length. They're not going to be anatomically correct. In other words, there isn't an elbow joint in the arms that I make. I know that I have I have on demos before created an elbow joint. For this one, you can make the decision. I'm just adding kind of an elongated Tootsie Roll for the arm. Later on, I will add some hands. Now, if you even wanted to add little mittens to the end of your hands, that would be okay. Or paws if it's some sort of animal. I am scoring and slipping to attach the arm to the body. And you'll notice that once it's there, I'm going to do a little bit of extra fitting and take away a little bit at the shoulder maybe to make it look more like it's attached. Then I'm doing the other arm. Now next I'm looking at the picture, and Carole Baskin is wearing she has little drapey sleeves on her shirt that she's wearing. So I've just added some small little sheets of clay for the sleeves. Later on, I will be smoothing that out. I have cut that out of the tape. Now I put the clay away and it's come out for another day, and I am adding some details in the hair. I was just using the toothpick to do that. Now I'm creating a nose that will be added to the clay, and it is, you can see that the eyes and the mouth are carved in a little bit. I've added some more details to the face. You can add some clay in like I did in this one. You can see I added lips, I added a watch, I added hands, money in her hand, and then there's the book about how she got rid of her husband. So I hope that you enjoy this project. When you are done, you can take out the cup and then you'll let it dry.